The NFL is still investigating the allegations against Patriots receiver Antonio Brown. So here is the latest. On Monday, the league met with Brown's accuser for over 10 hours. The next step in the investigation is expected to be an interview with Antonio Brown himself. In an article on Pro Football Talk, Mike Florio wrote that the fact that the league devoted so much time to this interview means that putting AB on the commissioner exempt list or the Patriots severing ties with the wideout are real possibilities. Yep. So Florio, he went on to say this, guy. So even though it seems that the situation has died down, it hasn't. The work that currently is happening outside of the view of the public could lead sooner than later to major decisions affecting Brown's ability to continue to play football. There's a lot there. Shannon, what do you make of this?
Skip, the one thing that I do not believe that's on the table is the Patriots severing ties. Now, I do believe that, and I never thought, even when Jared Bell came out yesterday, I always felt that the commissioner's exempt list was still a real possibility. The NFL...
Jared's gut feeling yesterday was he will not get suspended or exempted, put on the exempt list.
Right.
The NFL is going to do their due diligence, Skip. They interviewed this young lady yesterday, and it's being reported for 10 hours.
That's a lot of hours.
That's a lot.
That's true. That's a lot.
That's a lot of hours. Now, here's the thing. You can't interview her on a Tuesday and then wait 2 months, 3 months to interview Antonio Brown.
Totally agree.
So that's why I always felt if they interviewed her on a Tuesday this week, he's probably coming down the pipeline Tuesday of next week.
And I told you I would like to see him come down the pipeline today or tomorrow and miss a practice.
No,
that's just me.
That's the thing. But Skip, the NFL, they've been. I've had to appeal some fines. Now, obviously, this is not something you can do over the phone. You're going to have to do a sit down.
Yep.
If I'm Antonio Brown, Skip, and I feel I've done nothing wrong, I'm going to go in there in a calm manner, and I'm going to answer their question truthfully and honestly. Because the thing is about truth, you don't have to have a recollection of the truth. It's lies you must have a recollection of. I'm going to sit down and say, and I'm going to walk them through step by step. I met such and such on X date. We started a relationship on X date. It lasted this amount of time. It started like this and went like this. And then all of a sudden, when I wanted to break it off, this is what started to happen. I'm going to walk them through step by step. I'm not going to get upset. I'm not going to raise my voice. I'm not going to portray, because there's a picture, a portrait of Antonio Brown. What transpired in Pittsburgh, what transpired in Oakland. I'm going to be totally different than what they think I'm going to be. They think I'm going to be a hothead. That's a lie. It's not true. I'm not going to do that, Skip. I'm going to be calm because I feel I've done nothing wrong. So there's no reason for me to get upset. Yes, I'm upset because I feel I've been placed in a situation that I shouldn't be in. So yes, I'm upset about that, but I'm not going to let my anger get the best of me. I'm going to be calm because you got to realize, Skip, this is a cross-examination because they've already got her testimony. They've already heard what she had to say. And I'm sure she's told them it started like this. And she tried to walk them step till, like you said, 10 hours, that's almost half a day. And she's walking them through step by step of what transpired. Now, I don't know what receipts she brought to the table. Emails, text messages, voicemail. I don't know what receipts she has. But if I'm Antonio Brown, I got no problem coming in there. I got no problem answering your questions. Yeah, I feel this is my time. I feel that this is not what she's portraying it out to be. But hey, I'm here now. I'm going to answer your question. Also, the NFL, Skip, it's going to be hard for me to believe that the NFL is not going to talk to the young lady that's in this featured in this SIPs. It's hard for me to believe that they're not going to talk to her. And the thing is that pattern of behavior, that means something.
It does.
There's a reason why in most criminal proceedings, you try to do your absolute best not to put your client on the stand because you open him up for cross-examination. And you can get tripped up. But in this case, Antonio Brown does not have a choice. He has to go. He has to refute this woman's testimony. And
convincingly.
That's the thing. Convincingly. Skip, he just can't get up and say, now she lying.
I hadn't thought about it that way. He does need to say something,
Because she's going to be able to show a timeline that they had some type of relationship, and to the extent of it, we don't know. I'm sure the NFL has. But he can't say, well, they're going to say, if he says, oh, that's a lie, that's a lie. But he say, well, she has this, and then she has a voicemail, or she has text messages, she has emails that says this. So which part of that is a lie? Or is that a lie, or are you lying? That's the thing that Antonio's going to have to guard against. I'm going in there, I'm telling the truth, Skip. At the end of the day, that's all I got on my side is the truth. And I'm going to tell you the God's heaven truth. And hey, Commissioner, you're going to do what you're going to do. Because at the end of the day, Article 46 says you have dictatorial type powers.
It does.
And you're going to do what you're going to do.
Yep.
But I'm telling you the truth.
Well said. Back to your initial point about the Patriots' decision. Obviously, it was reported Sunday evening that if they had known, they say, that the lawsuit was coming, the civil suit, that they would not have signed him in the first place. I find that hard to believe, and it's why I still find it harder to believe that they would suddenly just cut bait, even though Mike Florio suggests that if they are made aware of new evidence in the civil case from her 10 hours of interview, that they could at any moment cut bait.
So when did they find out that Patrick Chung was charged with cocaine possession? Did they sever ties?
They did not.
He's still on the roster. Now, I think he got hurt, but they didn't sever ties. So now all of a sudden we want to believe that the Patriots are immoral. No. Stop. They care about when I got no problem with that, Skip. They're a great.
I told you I would love for once for them to take a stand, and this was early in this whole ordeal, but no, they haven't done it yet, and I doubt seriously that they will. I also liked another line in Florio's piece where he said, if her story seems believable to the league, Antonio Brown's story will need to be even more believable.
Absolutely.
Okay, I agree with that. And Florio also went on to say that Antonio Brown has navigated his way through plenty of delicate situations by relying heavily on a broad electric smile. I've been around Antonio numerous times. He's got what might be the best smile in sports. It is so engaging. It is so convincing and overwhelming. He can just light the room up.
Yep.
We had him on the show at Houston at that Super Bowl in 2016.
Yep.
Is that the time you were around him?
Yep.
Okay. I've never been around him, yeah.
And at that point, you had finally decided that's enough of AB, right?
I was done.
It was you thought the Steelers should be done, and not only were they not done, they gave him a big new contract.
Correct.
And that was after the Facebook Live incident in the locker room at Kansas City after a big playoff win at Arrowhead, in which he went live during Mike Tomlin's post-game remarks that were supposed to be private.
Right. And then you remember when they find him, he got on the plane after they lost, and he posted from the private jet.
He did do that. So, to your point, another Florio line, he's about to be on the hot seat. This is going to be the hottest seat he's ever felt. And Florio asked, will he be combative or belligerent when challenged with tough questions? Well, if he is, if he's, as Florio writes, if he's wired simply to deny everything, if he resorts to using any of the language he used in the alleged text messages, the misogynistic language, the dismissive, disparaging, ugly language of, all the words in which you can dismiss a woman.
Right.
And if he utters any of those words, it's going to be a problem, because I'm pretty sure Lisa Friel is at least going to watch the tapes of this. She did not interview Zeke's accuser, but again, she was in the DA's office in New York City for years in Manhattan, and she headed up the sex crimes and domestic violence unit. So you don't think she's studied a lot of accusers and a lot of those?
Absolutely, Skip. And I think the thing that AB has working against him is that the NFL heard her side first. And it's hard, whomever, because a lot of times, what do you try to do, Skip? You try to get in front of the story. But her story, she's already got it out.
And we have only heard her story.
Right. So the NFL, so now, she's told, AB doesn't know how much and what she's actually told the NFL. Okay. She might have some information that he doesn't even know she has.
Possible.
So now, that's why, Skip, you got to tell the truth. Because once you lie, it's enough to cast doubt on everything that you say after that. You don't want that. You want to come off as believable. You want them to say, you know what? We believe AB. What happened in Pittsburgh, what happened in Oakland, notwithstanding. But in this situation right here, we do not believe this young man did what he's being accused of.
Okay.
And Skip, look, whatever decision that they render, there's going to be a segment that's going to be ticked off. They're going to be they're going to be Patriots fans, they're going to be AB fans, like, nah, he got a raw deal.
Sure.
And if the NFL says we can find nothing, there's going to be women's rights groups that says, see, women never get believed. Skip, you're never going to be able to please everybody in this situation. And so that's what the NFL has to understand. somebody, some segment is going to be ticked off. And you got to be willing to deal with the blowback either way. And if you can do that, Skip, hey, we did the best we can. But first of all, we're not really qualified. NFL's not qualified to do anything like that. They can have Lisa Frill all they want to, but they're going to have to take this out of the commissioner's hands. And they're going to have to, Skip, they're going to have to spend money to have people that are qualified to deal with this type of...
Lisa Frill's qualified.
Yeah, but I'm saying, well, she's going to have to sit down. She's going to have to sit down with him because last time she didn't sit down with the accuser in the Zeke situation. Kia Roberts did. And when she told what she thought, she got fired.
She did. She said the accuser is not credible.
Okay, so if Lisa Frill's going to sit down and do the interviews, no. Skip, it's kind of like the DA. The DA really doesn't get his, he has people that up under him that work, and he's like, okay, we're going to do that. Is she going to do that? No. She has to get on, Skip, I believe in this situation, in a certain situation, she needs to, roll up her sleeve, and she's going to have to get her hands dirty.
I totally agree with that. So, just for the record, one more time, according to Antonio's attorney, he believes this was nothing but a consensual relationship. And reportedly, they did negotiate for several months over a potential settlement to settle before she filed the civil suit.
Right.
And that Antonio obviously opted not to settle.
Right.
So it appears to me he's dug in, this was just consensual, and I'm not going to pay her a cent.
Right.
Okay? And maybe it was just she was asking too much. I have no idea.
Maybe he wasn't willing to play her that many cents.
You could be right. So now it's up to him to go to New York, and I hope it happens sooner than later.
It has to, Skip. People go like, see, y'all bull jobbing. How are you going to interview her in September, and here we are in November, and we still haven't had an